Hello everyone, this is Ruochen Zhao from Media Pool. I have learned the visual video module this year, and here is a video essay to analyze two group videos we have made this semester based on the academic knowledge we have learned this year. There will be three sections in this video essay. The first one is contagious characteristic. I will introduce Jonah Burgess' theory about contagious characteristic firstly, and analyze 6 contagious characteristics we have used in our own videos, and then make a compare and contrast between these two videos. The second part is social media promotion, which will introduce our group's promotion plan and different analysis strategies with Kuhn and Lingwang's theory. The last section is leadership and teamwork theory and practice. I will discuss our group work based on Tuckman and Jensen's work. Contagious characteristic. Berger has summed up 6 contagious characteristics which influence the video sharing counts, which are the social currency, triggers, emotions, public, practical value, and stories. Social currency means that when we share this video, it will leave a good impression on others. Triggers mean the elements that can remind people related things. Emotion, especially high arousal emotion, which can increase the sharing. Public indicates the actions are easier to be imitated. Practical value means the information in the video should have value to be spread. And the last point, the video with excellent stories are easier to be shared. Our two videos have all 6 contagious characteristics. Our first video, The Lonely Ghost, introduced the School of Medicine, especially for the clinical learning zoo in the University of Liverpool with a ghost, Mr. Thomas's perspective. And the second video, Notes from the Underground, uses animation to answer 6 popular questions about the Williams Tunnel and asks for more volunteer and funding for the Friends of Williams Tunnels. For the social currency, people who have seen The Lonely Ghost may show others that they know better about the history of the School of Medicine, especially for the Clinical Skills Learning Center, and care about the clinical skills. And the Notes from the Underground shows others they cared about the historical heritage and are willing to be a volunteer. To compare these two videos, the first one is from the professional knowledge area, while the second one is from the humanistic perspective. The Lonely Ghost trigger mainly focuses on the environment of the University of Liverpool, especially for the scenes of the clinical skills learning zoo. The skeleton of the School of Medicine is used as a supporting actor, and we use the skeleton's mobile phone to scan the QR code in the learning zoo, which are the familiar operation to the students in the School of Medicine. For the Notes from the Underground, we use Google Map, Google Earth, and websites, the commonly used digital platforms, and use a piggy bank to represent funding, which can arouse audience familiarity. Number 3, as for the emotions, these two videos use 2 different emotions. For The Lonely Ghost, the first things we use dark color with a ghost to create a horror feeling, while after that, we use lively images and interesting conversation between the skeleton and the ghost to create a light comedy emotion. We make a small comparison to increase people's attention. For the Notes from the Underground, we use bright orange color, inspiring music, and fast speed animation to create a heart-stirring emotion, which tries to encourage more people to join FOWT as a volunteer. Number 4, the public aspect is showing clearly in both these two videos. They both encourage people to do the same thing as shown in the videos. For The Lonely Ghost, the video encourages the audience, especially for the students in the School of Medicine, to go and practice in the clinical learning zoo. The Notes from the Underground use many volunteers' photo and the instruction of the website to encourage and guide viewers to join as a volunteer. Number 5, these two videos show different aspects of practical value. The Lonely Ghost mainly shares the information about the history of the School of Medicine and the Clinical Learning Zoo to the public, while the Notes from the Underground encourages people to contribute to the digging of the Williams Tunnel this valuable historical job. Number 6. These two videos have different story structures as well. The Lonely Ghost uses a conversation between the ghost and the skeleton to tell a historical story between the ghost and the School of Medicine. We also use montage scenes to show the stories that happened in the past. It is a complete story, whereas Notes from the Underground uses the form of question and answer in a fast speed to tell several different stories about the Joseph Williamson, the Williams Tunnels, and the Friends of Williams Tunnels, which aims to convey more information to the public. Berger's theory about the contagious characteristics had helped us a lot when we construct our video ideas, which provides us with a direction of making the videos more interesting and attractive. This is really a useful theory when learning communication and media, especially for the video subjects. Social media promotion and the targeting of key influencers. The social media plan is an essential part of the visual video. Our group have worked hard on this section. We also contact some key influencers to expand the impact of our promotion on different social media platforms. This section will discuss our process on the social media campaigns by referencing Kuhn and Lingwang's resource. This section will include 7 parts, which are social media objectives, social media campaign audience analysis, the social media campaign audit, industry social media analysis, the social media content plan, the adjust of the social media campaign, and the key influencers. Number 1. Social media objectives. Kuhn and Lingwang introduced the SMART model to create effective objectives. S means specific. Based on this rule, our group chose particularly social media platforms, which were WeChat, QQ, Weibo, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to post edit messages. For the first video, The Lonely Ghost, we had a short time to promote. In this case, we publish promotion on different platforms every day to engage more audience. For another video, Notes from the Underground, we had about 10 days to promote. To avoid other people's antipathy, we chose to publish every other day. We wanted to achieve at least 250 views for each video, which is our measurable objective for M. A means attainable. We have chosen a specific group member to be responsible for the social media campaign content creation and wrote the first draft in the pitches. After finishing the video creation, we adjusted the content in 1 day to prepare to publish. The content we created is relevant to these 2 videos, specifically by considering the narrative of the videos. For instance, for the first video, we introduced the Lonely Ghost, and for the second one, we introduced the Williams Tunnels. The T refers to the time bound, which means that we have set a deadline to leave at least 3 days for the promotion. Number 2. Social media campaign audience analysis. We had considered our target audience when we chose the social media platforms and created the content. For The Lonely Ghost, we mainly target the students in the University of Liverpool, especially for the School of Medicine, to promote the Clinical Learning Zoo to them. In this case, we used Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which platforms have most of the students to promote. And because we have 4 Chinese group members and mainly use WeChat, so we also use WeChat as one promotion platform. For the Notes from the Underground, we faced a wider group of people who are interested in this historical heritage. Number 3. The social media campaign audit. We also need to consider our clients' thoughts when we do the promotion. For example, when we designed our social media campaign for The Lonely Ghost, we first prepared to create the skeleton's social media accounts and used this account to promote, which were more interesting and engaging to the videos. However, the clients considered the official image of the School of Medicine, so we had to abandon this idea. Number 4. Industry social media analysis. To improve our own social media campaign, we also found some good ideas from other groups. For example, for the promotion of the videos to the Williams tunnels, besides the social media platforms we have used, one of the groups also promotes on the WeChat public account platform, which can target more people directly. However, our group didn't have this channel, but we could improve in the future. Number 5, the social content plan. When we design our content, we use the short-form social media copywriting, considering our promotion platforms, and to engage more people, we used a conversational tone and active voice to attract more attention, and our group have finished the promotion on time as we had planned. Number 6, adjust the social media campaign. To adjust the social media plan in time, we have followed the trends of the audience all the time. When we promote the notes from the underground, we found the viewer count stopped in a low count. Thus, we added a new road promotion and also sent the share links to the friends directly on the social media platforms. Number 7, key influencers. Because we have a limited number of followers and friends on the social media platforms, we'd like to seek the key influencers for help. For the Lonely Ghost video, we send messages directly to several key influencers such as Liverpool Guild, Sota UL, and Live Union on Instagram. For the accounts that we couldn't contact directly, we also add them on Twitter and Facebook. Fortunately, there were several key influencers has helped us to retreats such as School of the Arts, Communication and Media, Victoria Gallery and Museum, Williams Tunnels, and Carrie Trina. Thanks for their help, which made our videos more accessible. To summarize for our social media promotion campaign, we have used the social media platforms as much as possible and tried to contact the key influencers for help. These have achieved excellent results. However, we still have some weak points. For example, our followers and friends on social media platforms are limited, and we didn't have an account on every social media platforms. But we have tried to do our best and hope we can achieve higher goals in the future. Leadership and teamwork theory and practice. Both of the projects we have finished this semester are group works. Based on Tuckman and Jensen's theory about 4-stages model and Zerger's 7 considerations, I will evaluate our group work in both advantages and disadvantages. Number 1, forming, orientation. At the first meeting, our group decided the topic of the video content after a short discussion. For example, for the first video, the theme was to promote the clinical learning zoo, and the second video was aimed to recruit volunteers. After we decided the orientation, we spent 1 week to come up with each other's thoughts and exchange the idea. This strategy let us have one focus but various creative thoughts. Number 2, storming, Catharsis. Fortunately, we didn't argue during the cooperation, although we did have collisions of thoughts several times. But every member has controlled the mood very well and discussed actively to try to let others understand their own thoughts. Although in the end, some people had to abandon his or her own thoughts, we still have a pleasant cooperation process overall. Number 3, norming, focus, action, limbo, testing. We didn't have a clear dividing of the work at first, which led to the uneven division of the labor. Some people have more job to finish, which leads them to stressed out. But we realized this problem soon and adjusted the promotion plan in time. For example, Umut was responsible for the animation part for the 2 videos, and other of us were responsible for the animations, synthesis, sound effect, background music, and most of the social media campaigns. Only Umut could do the animation. Thus, we felt we didn't provide enough help, but we have tried our best to finish other parts. The advantages are most of the time we had high efficiency and followed the production calendar, and everyone has done his or her job successfully. Number 4, performing, purposive. As a consequence, Although sometimes some of us didn't have active actions, everyone has done their duty with one purpose: to finish excellent videos. In addition, sometimes there was some misunderstanding when we communicate with each other, since we are not from the same countries and none of us is an English native speaker. But we have tried our best to communicate and have a new friendship. It's awesome to have friends from the different culture background. Wish we all have good marks. In the end, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. Thanks for my group members. Thanks for Carrie. This is the last assessment I have for my undergraduate. Wish all of us to have the best future. Okay, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe us. Thank you for watching. Bye.